Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about my workout split. I have a little bit of a weird one. A lot of people think it's kind of weird, but in my experience, I really like it and it helps me like hit everything properly. So for day one, I have chest and biceps. I usually structure it with a compound first. I usually do just like a barbell bench press. Then after that, I'll try to move on to an incline, hit the upper chest, then usually some sort of fly movement, usually pec deck. I'll try to take them all to as close to failure as possible. And then sometimes I'll do dips if I have the time and the chance. And then after I do chest, I go right into biceps, which is, kind of weird. You're like, oh, you did chest, why would you hit biceps? Why wouldn't you do like shoulders or triceps, like a push there, right? But I find that my shoulders and triceps get used when I'm hitting chest. So I try to, obviously it's not perfect, but I try to rest them a little bit. So I'll just do biceps right after because it's kind of like hitting opposites. Obviously it's not actually an opposite, but you're not really using biceps too much for chest unless maybe you're doing like pec deck or something and you have weird form or just normal form, I guess. But I usually do biceps. I'll do a heavy curl, either just like grab some dumbbells, just do a normal curl, or maybe a easy bar, or just a normal barbell or something. I don't really like the easy bar just because of the placement. I don't really like having my hands on an angle like that when I'm doing it. It's kind of like the old like this versus this. I like having my pinky curled, so I just do a normal curl with a twist. Then I'll do some kind of hammer curl just to hit the brachialis. And then usually I'll do something I saw Jeff Nippard do. I don't remember the name of it, but it's you get two cables and you have your arms behind your back like that, and then you're curling like that. It's kind of like a drag curl, but I personally find it pretty helpful for my chest and bicep day. It's a good finisher. I'll go home, get some food, a little protein shake maybe, and try to rest up. And then for day two, also a little bit of a weird one, I'll do back and triceps. So for back, I'll usually do lat pull downs or pullovers to start, one of the two. I usually don't do both. A little side note, I do usually 2 sets for all of them in the 6 to 8 rep range. I like to lift a little bit heavier. I know it's not always ideal, but in my personal preference, that's what I like to do. So I'll do some sort of lat pull down, some sort of pullover, and then from there I'll go into some sort of row, usually a barbell row. I've been going to Planet Fitness and they have the Smith machines. I don't really like the Smith machines for doing rows, but they have a nice chest supported row machine. I've been using that a little bit. It's pretty nice. Usually I'll go one side at a time, so I'll hold on. I'll have the pad up against my chest. I'll hold on with one arm and then I'll be pulling with the other, switch. Again, 2 sets, 6 to 8 reps to failure. Sometimes I'll do a drop set, but that's usually only on the last set, even though it's only 2 sets. I'll do some sort of shrugs. Some people think you don't really need to train traps. You don't really need to, but I like to. I used to deadlift a lot. I don't really deadlift too much anymore just because I've had some lower back pains and stuff, but I'm thinking about getting back into it just because I want to hit 500 soon. Right now I'm at 405, but I'm hoping I can get it to 500. So I'll do shrugs. Just make sure I hit the whole back. After that, I'll usually move on to triceps. I'll do push downs. I don't really do dips for triceps. I like that more for my chest. I know it's using both, but I mostly do dips for chest. So I do some sort of push down, usually just with a straight bar. Sometimes I'll use that little V-bar thing, but I'll just use a straight bar. Just get real close, try to keep my arms tucked in and push down. Again, 2 sets, 6 to 8 reps to failure. Then I'll usually do some sort of overhead. I do mine a little bit weird. So this is the bar. I have the bar there, and then I have my butt up against the bar, and then I'm bending like pretend this is me, I'm standing up normally. I bend over to do them, so that way I'm kind of like that, just because for the part of the tricep I'm trying to hit, I don't really remember the head. I know, very professional. It matters on shoulder placement, from what I've heard, so I like to bend over just because I find it easier to balance, instead of like leaning back and doing that and like awkwardly twisting to put it back. I just like to have my butt supporting me. A little bit weird, but it works. And then at the end, I've just started using this machine. It's kind of like a dip machine, so I guess I kind of do a little bit of dips for triceps, but it's like a push down machine. It's at the side, and I'll just like kind of push down, so I guess I kind of do dips. I just find it to be a good finisher. I get a nice contraction of the muscles, so that's what I like to do. For day 3, it's a pretty loaded day. It's legs, shoulders, abs, forearms. So legs, I have a pretty routine leg day. I've been doing it for like 2 years now. It's squats, leg extensions, leg curls, calf raises. That's basically it. I'm not really a pro with training legs, but that's just what's worked for me. Shoulders, I'll usually do some sort of shoulder press. I used to use the machine, but it's kind of too light now, so I have to use dumbbells. I used to go like all the way at the side like that, and then I heard, oh hey, that's not pretty good. You can dislocate your shoulder doing that, and I don't want to dislocate my shoulder, so I've started doing them. I think it's on like a 45-degree angle, or at least shoulders in a little bit, and then just pushing overhead. I do lat raises. I kind of alternate, because it's a, I guess 3-4 day split, whatever you want to call it. If you count the rest day as a day, then I guess 4-day split, but it's a 3-day split in my opinion. So for one of them, I'll do cables, usually 90 to 100, 2 sets, 6 to 8 reps, and on the last one I'll try to drop set it. And then for the second time I do it in the week, because do the 3 days rest, do another 3 days rest, I'll do dumbbells, usually 40s, and then just try to drop set it for all of them. Not because I need to, just because that's what I like to do, personal preference. Abs, don't really have a 6-pack or anything, don't have much going on there. It's kind of a 1-pack, if you get what I mean. A flab pack, whatever you want to call it. A little bit chubby down there. I take Jeff Nippard's ab advice, so I do a weighted crunch with the cables. So I have the cables at my head and I crunch down, and then I do some sort of leg raise. I like to call it the jetpack machine. I know it's not its actual name, but that's just what I like to call it. With arms, so what I'll do is I'll take a dumbbell, I'll hold it by the top here, and I'll just go like that for the top of my forearm. And then for the bottom part, I'll sometimes do farmer carries. I don't really like them too much, but they work, so I've been trying to add them in a little more when I'm working out my forearms. And I'll usually just do like behind the back curls. This one you go like that with the straight bar on the cable machine. At least that's what I do. And yeah, that's my entire leg, shoulders, abs, forearms day. All of it, 2 sets, 6 to 8 reps, taking it to failure. The occasional drop set on the last one. And then day 4 is a rest day. And that's basically the whole split.